better, but you're thinking she didn't bother to wash her trousers. And I did actually, I fell over on the way here. And, well, thank you for honoring me, but it was very entertaining for the people around me. So at least I made them laugh in that way. Now, for my entire adult life, I've either been a nurse or a comedian, and I'm proud to say that I've been a nurse particularly, because I believe in the saying, laughter is the best medicine, although I find that tends not to work in the case of impotence. Now, what I'm worried about is that the way things stand at the moment, the NHS actually stands for not here soon, if we don't stop these changes happening. I'm very depressed about how the future looks if these changes go through. And of course, when you're depressed, you treat yourself, don't you? But if the NHS changes go through, we won't just be treating ourselves, we'll be treating ourselves and looking after ourselves, because the poorest and most vulnerable in our society will have nowhere to go. I've used the NHS for the whole of my life. I was born under the NHS, grew up under it, and I also had my children in an NHS hospital. And this, I as a nurse, psychiatric nurse myself, I remember the changes happening in the 80s when, for example, cleaning services went out to tender, and for the lowest possible amount of money. And these poor women came in and were working for peanuts. It was absolutely appalling. And I have to say, when I gave birth, the room that I was in, there was a bit of a mess, there was some blood on the walls, but that's because my husband and I had a fight just before the baby came out. Also, I have to just say, one thing I loved about being a nurse was the humour of nurses. Nurses do not do it for the money. They are wonderful people who are a laugh. In the middle of labour, when I was having my first child, someone did actually come in and ask for my autograph, which was very entertaining indeed. So I signed it on their arm with a scalpel. Now, I think once we bring a profit motive into the NHS, the very vulnerable members of our society are going to suffer. By these, I mean the elderly. The elderly are a neglected group that we need to cherish rather than forget. I always love that poem by Jenny Joseph about not being invisible as an elderly person, which first line is, when I'm old, I shall wear purple. Well, I've decided when I'm elderly, I'm going to be an alcoholic, so that when I'm old, I will be purple. I'm looking forward to that. Now, I have to say, the NHS works in so many different areas of health, and I think preventative medicine is a big area that will be neglected in the future. And I have to say, a lot of people say to me, you know, if you could take a pill that would make you lose weight, would you take it? And I say, of course I would. You know, I'd like to take a pill that would make me 6 stone. Then I could eat my way back up to 10. What a fantastic weekend that would be.